Hey, smack 'em a gob, everybody. Hey, I got me a donation from Ivan Pelovski. But before I tell you what it's going to be, you already read the title. Why do I even have to tell you? I'm not even going to tell you. We're just going to get into it after I introduce my co-host for this donations and a couple more coming up. Count Ralphus. How you doing, Count?
What's up, buddy?
Right on, man. I like your Metallica shirt. That was you were telling me that was all the way back in '94, right?
Yeah, I would never buy a tie-dye shirt at a concert, though. I had a Life After Death tie-dye when, remember that one you could order from their order form back, I think it was the Live After Death album. I ordered it through that order form, but I lost that shirt. But yeah, a friend of mine, uh, he just gave it to me one day, and it's weird because the guy ended up killing himself
Oh,
like a couple of years later, but it was cool because he met Jason Newsted and had him sign it on the back. And on the back of the shirt, it has "Suicidal" and Danzig, and it's the tour from '94 and "Justice for All." But it was cool. He got it signed, but he knew I was like a collector and a metalhead, so he just gave it to me, which was really cool.
oh,
Like
that
you
was
could,
the Injustice for All tour.
I think so. Oh no, maybe
Oh,
not. Maybe
oh,
not. 94. No, 94 wasn't that. That's right. Yeah,
yeah,
it wasn't.
'94 was Binge and Purge, the live album.
Yeah, it was, but they played our local fairgrounds for both of them. This was our at our local fairgrounds in Middletown, New York, and they played with the Cult on the Injustice for All tour. I guess that was the Cult opening up for them. Because I remember they had the big statue and it was falling apart down and stuff. I actually got it on videotape, so that was the first time they played. They actually played Middletown three times. They played a little club was behind the fairgrounds called JB's Rock 3, and if you buy the Kill 'Em All box set, you could see the footage from that show.
I
Is
got it. I have
yes, that's at this place that was. It's right now. It's like a dentist office. It's still the building is still
Well, what?
there.
Wait. What show on the Kill 'Em All box set are you talking about?
It's done the DVD. It's
The
live.
pro shot? The
It's
pro shot?
oh no, oh that's right. It's not that. It's actually I screwed that up. I always used to think that's what it was, but it's on a disc. It's just a regular CD. It's a live audio from that show.
Oh,
There
okay.
was the live DVD looks like that club. So for years I thought it was actually JB's Rock 3, but I got it mixed up. Someone corrected me the last time I talked about that.
Yeah, it was in
But
Chicago. It was in Chicago.
yeah,
You know the
yeah.
that I bought the box set and that DVD. The first four songs have no audio.
Yeah,
And,
or the second, I think it starts off with music, but then there's no music for like the rest of it. And I used to think it was weird because I had a bootleg of the JB's Rock 3 on vinyl, and I thought, why didn't they match up the songs with the live where they didn't have
that's
the audio?
that's what I did. See, the box set also brought live bootlegs from that era. So I got a different show, and let me tell you, it really matched up. I mean, here
Really?
and there, James would go, yeah. So I would, put a little clip of, Lars or Cliff or something where he goes, yeah, because he ain't near the mic. But that rarely happened. It was very easy to edit. So I edited the whole thing till the sound, I think the sound came on during Jump in the Fire, maybe. I can't remember, but yeah. And I put it up. It's on YouTube somewhere. I used to have a million channels. Now I even know what channels. They're all out.
It would have been funny if you just put in like funny, making him say something stupid in between.
Yeah.
Like that would be good.
Fried chicken. Just say some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was this shirt I bought when they did the tribute to Johnny Z. Man, I haven't owned a Metallica shirt since the '80s. Like I used to own the Metal Up Your Ass shirt, and I also had that cheap one with the skeleton on the fucking on the electric chair, like ah. I had those shirts back in '85, but then it just became. It wasn't that I didn't wear it because it became too trendy. It was like, all right, Metallica, you're being represented enough. Let me represent, whatever band I would wear. But yeah,
Yeah.
this show, I went to the show and they had three cool shirts. This one with them, the original Metallica, I mean, with Cliff Burton and Kirk with Johnny Z, and another one, them and this monster in front of the Guitar Hotel, which is the Hard Rock over here. I couldn't help myself. I bought all three. Now those tickets, the cheapest were like 800, 900 bucks.
Wow.
A
Holy
guy
shit.
J-Man got me two free tickets.
Holy shit.
Yep, because he's a high
Jesus.
roller, bro. It was he got me comp tickets. That's what he got me. Because I was
Wow.
complaining about it on YouTube, going, "These motherfuckers are coming here only doing stuff off the first two albums, and they're charging over 800 bucks. Fuck you, Metallica. Fuck that shit." I did a video like that, and J Man got in touch with me, dude. You're in the Metallica show. I'm getting you in. I was like,
Damn.
"You kidding me, bro?" And then when I got in, I was like, "I love you, Metallica," because it was a damn good price, man. To
That's
get,
fucking awesome. It's great imagine having that kind of money where you can just do that for your friends all the time, you know?
yeah, man. He got me these two Kiss box sets. He got me Injustice for All box set. He's the shit. I love that guy.
Wow.
So,
I used to have the Damage Incorporated shirt from the Master of Puppets tour, and I just wore it back then till it fell apart. But my friend, he got the white one at the time, and he was meeting Metallica when I was meeting him on the Ultimate Sin tour, and we got to meet Cliff Burton and everything. I got a signed ticket stub in a frame. I've told the story about the spikes I had signed and I lost them, but my friend, he had a white Damage Incorporated shirt, and he got it signed by everybody. But then he just fucking put it in the wash like every week, and he kept wearing it. He wore, and then eventually there was no signatures left on it. He washed the signatures off. Just that shirt alone goes for over $500 easy, like on eBay and stuff. Just any of those old original Metallica shirts are worth a fortune.
but
But to
sign.
have them all signed with Cliff Burton's signature on there, and he fucking just washed it like it was like he shouldn't have ever wore it again. He should just put it in a frame. But
That's
we didn't
just
have as many shirts back then, so he just started wearing it all the time, you know.
that is insane. Well, Ivan wanted me to rank all the Metallica songs that start each album, like "Hit the Lights," "Fight Fire with Fire," "Battery," "Blackened," so on. All the first songs that open, which are 11 albums. They got 11 albums. So Ralphus and I are gonna count down our list, and we're gonna go, let's say, five at a time. All right. Well, first five, and then the last six. All right. Why don't you go? Give me your one, two, three, four, five. Your 11 to 6.
Yeah, my number 11 is off a load. Ain't My Bitch. Um, yeah, that was one that I couldn't even remember it. Like when I just had to look up what Metallica's first songs were for each album. That's one of my least listened to albums. And I actually watched it with like a lyric video on YouTube. And I was like, this is why I don't remember this song. So yeah, I thought it was pretty shitty. Oh, no, I'm thinking of going one after one. So yeah, my number 10, this one, I don't know. People might be upset about this because I know people love the Black Album, but I got to go with Enter Sandman. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's because I just heard it a billion times and stuff. And it's weird because that album grew on me. I ended up seeing them on that tour. I got two free tickets to see Guns N' Roses and Metallica. And I think Faith No More opened it up, but I didn't even go in for them. I didn't like that band. My friend called me the day of the show saying, "Hey, my buddy backed out. You want to go for free? I just want someone to come down with me." And he drove and everything. It ended up being a great show. We had seats on the floor, and it was at Giant Stadium. It's 80,000 people. It's such a different vibe than an arena or a little club. I mean, to be that close, it ended up being a really memorable day. And it was like a week or so before they did that whole riot thing, and he got burned. James got burned and everything. So I got to catch it before. I'm pretty sure you've seen that same show too,
Well,
right?
I saw the show after he got burned where they had
Oh, that's right.
John Marshall on guitar, and James was with a cast singing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did see that in
yeah. I
Orlando.
caught it right before like all that went down with the riot and all that shit. So, all right. So yeah, number 9. I'm gonna go with Fuel off of Reload. And it's like, it wasn't as bad. I like that it's upbeat Metallica. I didn't think it was like the worst song in the world. It's just, that was just another album that my dog hates it. That's why he's barking. But he's like, fuck that song. But yeah, it wasn't horrible. I don't know. It's kind of catchy and stuff and upbeat. So that's my number 9. My number 8 is Frantic off of Saint Anger, which again, upbeat and fast. So it's not really like good thrash or nothing, but it's like, it's not as boring as like Enter Sandman to me. Like Enter Sandman was just really slow, and I don't find it like very heavy, but his vocals on all of these aren't nothing like they were when he was younger, and that's probably the biggest thing that I don't like about the later Metallica stuff. So my number 7 is 72 Seasons. And I thought this song is good, man. Like it's thrash, but again, the vocals I'm not into as much. But it's good that they attempt to try to be heavy again and be thrashing. So it's not the worst song, It's a good fast one at times. Pretty memorable. And my number 6 would be this one was like getting a little harder. I think between 6 and 5, this was a hard one. But I'm gonna go with That Was Just Your Life off of Death Magnetic. I know you don't like that album. I've heard you say that you hate that album.
I hate that album.
I liked it when it came out because I didn't like them for so long before that album. And somebody gave me the album on vinyl back then, and no one was getting like new vinyl. It was when I was like 180 gram vinyls were first starting to come out, like where people were just starting to buy vinyl again, it seemed. But for some reason, he just bought me one. I think it might have been Christmas or something like that. But it made me like listen to it more, and I ended up. Was it that tour I seen? I think he Self-Destruct actually was the tour I seen. Yeah, that's the next one I seen. But yeah, I don't know. I think I missed Metallica for so many years that when Death Magnetic came out, I was kind of like, all right, there's a couple songs where they're thrashing again, and it's trying to be heavy. So I don't know. Maybe just because I missed them and I wanted them to be good again, I thought it was an okay album. It's like the start of them being worth getting their albums again for me. So kind of like the album.
All right. When you said "This Is My Life" is not the worst song in the world, I agree with you. It's not the worst song in the world. Let's just hope the worst song in the world doesn't die. You know what I mean? It's not the worst song in the world, but it's damn close. All right. My number 11 is Frantic. Fuck that song. Tick, 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 tock these nuts. What is this shit about? Brrr. And believe it or not, it's not the drum sound that annoys me about that album. It's the songs. The songs annoy me. If there were good songs with that drum sound, I wouldn't give a fuck. Everybody, you're gonna complain about the drum sound and not the songs?
I think it's the lyrics. A lot of them, just like kind of cheesy lyrics compared to the old days,
Yeah, tick, 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 tock. and it's like, dude, don't you want to do another take? Because his voice is kind of breaking when he goes tick, tick, tick. It's like, dude, you should try.
He's getting frantic. He's getting all frantic at that point. That's why they named the song Frantic.
It doesn't work. It's him trying to be like, look, I'm going to make mistakes to make it more believable. But it sucks. It's fucking horrible. Yeah, that's the worst of the worst. But let me tell you something. It doesn't get much better for these ones coming up. Are not really as that much better. And I know it's trendy for me to say this, but no, dude. Sorry, Enter Sandman I never liked. I've never ever liked Enter Sandman. But like we said on a past episode, I do appreciate what it did. It was a gateway to a lot of people to discover other bands. So, but man, I just never got it. But unlike a lot of people back then, when the Black Album came out and everybody was bitching how horrible it was, I'm not done bitching about Injustice for All. That was the album that let me down. It just let me down. And then when
I totally with you on that. I was the same way. and Justice kind of grew on me because there was like certain songs, but all of a sudden they had the video, and one was all you were hearing is one, and it like I thought they had way better songs on that album, like Blackened and stuff like that. But I just I remember when the Black album came out, I was kind of already kind of like done with that. I was into really extreme stuff at the time, and I didn't like it, and I didn't really give it a chance. And then when I seen them live on the tour, I ended up eventually getting the album from somebody on vinyl. I mean on CD, and the rest of the songs weren't so bad. Like I didn't hate it as much as I thought I did, but I never cared. Like if I put on Metallica, it's never going to be that album or Injustice really. I
Look,
It's the first three for me.
it's not an album I revisit much, but I have to at times when somebody does tells me to do it track by track. And I will say, it's a heavy metal album. Whether you like it, it's not thrash, but it is heavy metal compared to. And then you got your lows. That shit ain't heavy metal. That shit was all over the goddamn map. This Black Album was kind of consistent. I'm still not a fan, but it was a heavy metal album. And people were bitching because it wasn't a thrash album. But really, man, and Justice for All, it was bookended with thrash songs. Everything in the middle wasn't thrash, you know? Anyway.
The Black Album, he seemed to get, they were so into like, kind of thinking like Danzig was the next big trend, it seemed like for them. Like they seemed so influenced by Danzig then you seen that was the beginning of them jumping on other trends, which is fucking ridiculous because you were the trend starter by being the first big thrash band. That's what kills me is watching a band jump on a trend when they were such an originator of a whole genre or music and stuff. Like when you see, Celtic Frost doing Cold Lake and trying to jump on like a glam metal trend. It didn't make no sense. These guys were one of the leaders to us. And then all of a sudden they're jumping on a trend. But when Metallica cut their hair and everything, that's when like I didn't give Load or Reload or any of that shit a chance. Actually, a house down the road from me, one day I was driving by and they had a table outside. It's like probably like 8 years ago or something like that. He had a table outside and it had like 200 CDs on the table. It just had a sign said free. I was like, I skid it. And I fucking jumped out thinking, I'm going to take all of these, even if I'm just taking them for the CD covers, like the cases, because I get like cracked CD. I just figured I'll take them all, and maybe bring some of them to a record store or whatever. And I ended up doing that with a lot of them because they were just like garbage, but it was like all trendy stuff. And I ended up getting Load and Reload and Saint Anger in that pile. And I got a bunch of grunge crap that I never would have bought. And it was stuff like that, Rage Against the Machine, like stuff that I would never buy. But I ended up with like 200 CDs for free. That's my excuse for having those albums in my collection. None of them behind me.
I have them all, again, thanks to J-Man. J-Man wanted me to rank the albums. So he asked me, which ones don't you own? And I told him which ones I didn't own. He sent me them all on CD. So I was like, cool, all right, I'll try. I even have Lulu.
I don't have that one. I have all of them, but I don't have that one.
I have Lulu. Oh boy.
I got a friend burned it for me, and he was like, "It's actually pretty good." And,
what?
he was always like that, contrarian like that. He would like, but yeah, when I got it, it was like 2 discs, and I listened to it one time, and I never went back to it. It's in my collection, but it's just a burned copy, not an actual one.
Dude, even people that like Crazy Nights hate that album. All right. Well, all right. So Enter Sandman. Okay. And number 9, another shitty song. I don't like it. Fuel. Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me blah, 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 blah. Yes, I understand. It's upbeat. It's this and that. But it's not because, it's not, hit the lights. It's because I don't like it. No, I don't like it because it's a shitty song. I'm sorry. It's just a shitty song.
That was my number 9 too. I had that for 9 too.
Yeah, it's a shit song, but the shit doesn't stop there. And number 8, Not My Bitch, your least favorite one. To me, it's
ain't my bitch. It's ain't my bitch.
What did I call it?
Not my bitch.
Well, it's not my song. It's not my bitch. This song, it's fucking stupid, man. I remember, dude. I bought Load. And I should have been warned because Until It Sleeps came out, and I still bought it, seeing that. And you're talking about them trying to be Danzig? Shit. That fucking Until It Sleeps, that little guitar thing,
Oh yeah,
that's total
yeah.
Danzig. But I'm ashamed to admit, I fucking love Until It Sleeps now. But I didn't when I bought the album. I did not. I bought the album. I remember laying back in bed, putting it on. And when Ain't My Bitch comes on, I was like, all right, sounds like Black Album shit, whatever, you know. It wasn't, Hero of the Day is what offended me. You know, as the CD went on, it got worse and bleeding me. All the shit, I was like, God damn, the fuck?
For me, when I started seeing them in magazines with the new haircuts and fucking Kirk Hammett wearing nail polish and like they just wearing these fucking stupid fucking shirts, I just was so like I felt like they it was like personal. Like I don't know, I was so pissed off. Kind of like with Celtic Frost, it was the same thing. I just was so mad that they offended me by just totally dropping. Like I've since I got into Metallica as a kid, jeans and a shirt and long hair. That was for the rest of my life since fucking 86 or whatever, 85 and stuff. These guys, that was a look. Like it ended up being kind of like a trend that just people did. But then for them to turn around and then try to get their Gucci fucking look or whatever the hell they were doing there, it was just like such a sellout to me. Like I couldn't even think of even listening to the album. I didn't pay attention at all. I might have heard like a song or two that started getting played and stuff, but it wasn't until I got all those free CDs that I ever actually sat there and listened to the whole album. I was like, oh, when you're not looking at them and thinking of what they look like, it's not as bad. But if you were looking at them and then like holding that album, looking at them and listening to it, it ruins it for me. I know it shouldn't, but it does.
Fucking terrible. All right. Now, the rest of these songs I like. Yes, including the only song I like off Death Magnetic. This was Just Your Life. What is it? This was
that was Just Your Life.
That is my favorite song off the album. It's not amazing. I don't think it's wow, it's awesome. But I think it's good enough. It'd be a a killer filler on an album, if you ask me. The rest is just garbage. But that one I can deal with. And I remember when I was ranking the albums and I listened to that, I was like, wow, I don't remember this song, because I remember just hating the whole album. All right, then at number 6, 72 Seasons. It's thrashy, not bad. Album was a huge disappointment though. This album disappointed me because I love Hardwired, and then I heard Lux Eterna. And I was like, oh shit, this is going to rule like Hardwired. And oh, what a disappointment. But 72 Seasons is probably like the second best song on the album. So yeah, I'll put that one at number 6. All right, so give us your top 5.
Yeah, that 72 Seasons, I got it right away. My wife loves Metallica, and I got it for her, and then for like a present, and listened to it like probably 3 times, and just never went back to it. It's just like it wasn't like I was listening to it and thought it was horrible or anything. It's just no reason to kind of go back to it, which is weird. So
to me, it's just there.
Yeah, it's kind of there, and it's like maybe one song separate. If I'm just listening to it, I'll go, oh, that's all right, But like listening to the whole album, it's just very not memorable.
I still think Lux Eterna is fucking awesome. Because that's a total new wave of British heavy metal song.
Yeah, that was one of the ones they released early before the album came out.
That's the first one they released. That's why I got all excited for this album.
All right, so my number 5 is going to be Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And I'm pretty sure I heard you talk about you seen that tour. And I ended up seeing that tour too. Because my wife wanted to go, and we had our young niece who was just getting into like heavy stuff, like Metallica and AC/DC kind of heavy stuff. But she never went to an arena or a stadium show, so it was like a big deal for her to get to go. And we had like upper level seats, but it was like Avenged Sevenfold, and we were just talking about the band the other day. I can't remember.
Oh, Volbeat.
Oh, Volbeat, yeah, that was it. And I think someone else might have even been on the bill. But anyway, it was cool just because like she's seen like 80,000 people with the big stage show and all the lights and everything. So it ended up being a good show. They didn't do a great set list though. They played a lot of they left out a ton of great stuff. But yeah, so that's my number 5. So number 4, I'm gonna go with Blackened. I thought that was great when I heard it back in the day. Like, 'cause I did get it like as soon as it came out because I was such a big Metallica fan up to Master of Puppets, and I liked it when I got it. It definitely sounded different, and we were missing Cliff Burton really bad. And we had the Garage Days came out before it, so we kind of were getting used to Jason a little bit. And I thought Garage Days had some cool, interesting stuff
I
going on.
loved it.
And
I loved the first
yeah,
Garage Day, the 80s one, the
yeah, they
598
picked some really
EP.
good songs.
Fucking
Yeah, they
awesome.
picked really good songs. It was a good way to introduce Jason to the band, I thought. But yeah, I think it's one of the best songs on the album. And it wasn't until I heard one a million times that I was kind of just like starting to pay more attention to like the really heavy stuff out there. Okay, so my number 3, I'm gonna go with "Hit the Lights," which is fucking great song. Love it. Just a great way to start off Kill 'Em All. But it's not my favorite song on Kill 'Em All. And the other 2 songs I just think are more classic to me. 1 and 2, it was. Are we saving number 1 for last, or are we just doing the rest of them right now?
Yeah, you can say you're number 1 too.
Okay, so my number 2 is gonna be Battery. It's a great opener, and it kind of reminds me of my number 1, which was Fight Fire with Fire, where it's just a great fucking way to start off an album. But with Fight Fire with Fire, I just remember the first time hearing it, like hearing that nice intro and nice sweet kind of sounding. You just like listening, like, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. It just gets so fast and heavy. At the time, it was like death metal to me the first time I listened to it. It had so much energy, and it took a little bit to like sink into me compared to other songs on the album. I'm like 15 years old at the time, but man, Fight Fire with Fire just blew me away. And that was like really, if like once you like a song like that, you could get into Slayer, or you could get it, like we talk about the gateway things. Like I got into Metallica before I got into Slayer, and a song like that, it was just so heavy, but it's like it opened the door for me to listen to other great thrash at the time, and definitely Ride the Light is my favorite album by Metallica too. So that's my number 1.
All right. My number 5 is Hardwired from Self Destruct. Yeah, I did go see Hardwired tour, but I stopped seeing a Metallica. I saw the Load show, and I was so pissed while I was walking out. Man, I'll never forget. I was with my friend Heidi. I'm walking out, and there's these 2 little fucking kids. I feel bad to this day this happened. These 2 little dorky kids behind me. They go, oh wait, before I say what the 2 little dorky kids did, dude, they did the opening to Fight Fire with Fire. Blank, 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 blank. I'm like, yeah, yeah. Then when it was supposed to go into the song, they went into Nothing Else Matters.
Wow. I thought you were gonna say "Give me fuel, give me fire" or something like
No.
that. Like that would have kind of made a little sense because then it goes into
Yeah, yeah,
something a little
yeah.
faster.
Believe me, as much as I hate Fuel, it wouldn't have pissed me off as much as Nothing Else Matters.
Wow, that's weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
and,
piss me
and
off.
so the 2 little kids in back of me, one kid says to the other one, so who was the band we just saw? And then I turn around and I go, sure the fuck wasn't Metallica. And my friend Heidi like pulled me, and the kids were like, and I still feel bad I did that. But yeah, and then I'll never forget, I was recording in the studio at the time, and I went to go get lunch, and on my phone, I'm checking, I'm looking at my phone, new Metallica song, Hardwired, and I'm like, let me listen to this garbage. I was blown away how good it was. I was like, what the fuck? Because I was always running around saying Death Magnetic sounds like Millionaires trying to be thrash. They lost their mojo. Then I hear this, I was like, boy, these Millionaires are really thrash and killer. I just was blown away by Hardwired. And I went to go see the show, because of this album, the strength of this album. I didn't go see 72 Seasons though. But yeah, that sucked me back in. But here's the problem though. I went to go see that show, this show, where they only played Ride the Lightning. They played Kill 'Em All, and they also played Am I Evil, and they played Blitzkrieg. It was phenomenal. Now, after seeing a show like that, you think Metallica will ever top that if I go see them after that? Come on. 72 seasons, I'm going to have to sit through Nothing Else Matters. You know?
Yeah, they played some I forget what they call it. It's like their own festival, and it was in New
Orion.
Jersey. Yeah, the Orion Fest, and the one they played one day they played Kill 'Em All, but it was like a secret. They didn't announce it. It was on the small like side stage, which there's video up there of it on YouTube and stuff. But it was cool. They did Kill 'Em All in its entirety, and I think the main stage they might have did Ride the Lightning in its entirety at the time. So they would
They
have been
did.
like two
They
shows.
did. Yeah, they did Ride the Lightning once. It might have been that show where, boy, there is pro shot footage of them doing Escape and hating it. But they played it well. But they hate that fucking song. I love that fucking song.
Yeah, yeah, I love that album. Fucking great.
They hate Escape. They only played it once, and it was Orion when they played all of Ride the Lightning. So yeah, when I saw it, the songs they didn't play was Escape, and oddly enough, the two songs they didn't play on Kill 'Em All were co-written by Dave Mustaine. Jump in the Fire and Four Horsemen. They didn't play those songs. I have seen them do Jump in the Fire and Four Horsemen before at other shows,
Oh yeah,
but I've never seen them do Escape. I would have loved to see that.
yeah.
All right, so we're hardwired. All right, number 4, the very first man. I'm telling you, I go so back with Metallica. I first heard them when they had Mustaine in the band because my friend bought Metal Massacre, the original one. I bought it later, and it didn't have a rat on it, and some other Steeler and shit like that. He had the original one, and he called me one day and he said, "You got to come to my house. There's a band on this Metal Massacre I bought called Metallica. They're faster than Motorhead." And I was like, "What? All right, I don't believe that, And they were, It was like, whoa. And what really, and believe me, I love Kill 'Em All. I love that version. But man, that Metal Massacre version, at that time, you never heard a song start like a song ends. Because that's how that song starts, like, you know? Slayer later did it with Aggressive Defector and shit. But that was, and I was like, what the fuck, And then it went into that speed riff. And Lars is kicking ass on it. He's not a good drummer, but he was on that track. Kill 'Em All. And Kill 'Em All is fucking number 4. I still put 3 songs above it. But yeah, I love Hit the Lights, especially the Metal Massacre version. But I think the Kill 'Em All version is just fine.
They spelled their name wrong on that
Yeah.
original version, and it
Yeah.
has that black guy playing who.
Lloyd Grant.
Yeah, he came out on stage when they did their big anniversary shows and stuff, and he played with them that one song.
How cool is it
That is
that
cool.
Metallica would not only let them play, Metallica flew them out.
Oh yeah,
And also, rest in peace, my buddy Bob Nalbamian. You know Bob Nalbamian?
no,
Well, Bob Nalbamian, he grew up with Metallica. He's an old school dude, and he inspired me to start all this shit because he has this thing called Skull Sessions, and he was the first podcast I ever heard in my life. There was nobody doing it back then. He was the first. And we became buddies, and he would have me on his show, and he sadly passed away. He was flown out by Metallica to be at the 40th anniversary. I mean, they flew him out, gave him hotel, the limo ride to the fucking show, backstage, the whole shebang. I mean, how badass is that?
yeah, that was such an incredible event, and it was in a small like place, so like you had to almost be invited. It wasn't like something I don't think you could just get tickets for. You had to be
Yeah,
part of a fan club.
I think it was a fan club thing, yeah.
Yeah. What a bunch of guests that he had. He had King Diamond, he had Danzig, he had even Dave Mustaine came out, Jason Newsted came back for, it was just incredible the way they put that together.
Armored Saint, man. Armored Saint. played, and John
Yeah,
Bush did. I think it was Four Horsemen with him to make you see what it would have been like if you joined it.
yeah, what it would have been. Yeah, that was such a cool event that I've never seen any band do it something that big. Like, I know at one point, like Motorhead would play and Fast Eddie would come out for a song or something
Yeah,
like that. But it's like you never hear about everybody. They got everybody, but I guess they got the money to fly people in and all that kind of stuff, you know.
yeah. Even Bob, who wasn't on stage with them, and who knows who
Yeah,
else. I'm sure there were other people. They just flew up. Come on, you're part of the family because these are people that were there before they ever. He was friends with Lars. He met Lars because Lars was wearing a Saxon shirt. Nobody knew Saxon at that time.
oh, I know who you're talking about. I think
Yeah,
that,
that dude, that dude.
yeah.
He's done thrash documentaries where one of them's called, and you can see it. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. I think it is. It's called Godfathers of Metal. And oh no, Godfathers of the Bay Area. And it's all thrash, but you got YT. But the whole thing, the soundtrack is Thrash or Die. He fucking used
Well,
my
cool.
band on the whole background. I mean, how cool is that, man? You know?
Yeah,
And he helped me edit the video. I edited it a little bit for him. He's a fucking super dude, and I miss him. It's been they just announced it's been 3 years, man. He was such a
yeah.
great dude. I love Bob Nap.
When they got I guess the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when they inducted Metallica, I remember hearing they did the same thing. They flew like Johnny Z from wherever I think he was in Florida at the time.
Yeah, he lived in
They
Florida.
flew him up and they like made sure all like at least 40 people got in there, and it wasn't like $15,000 a guest or something that the band has to pay, and they're paid for like all these people to be there, you know.
Unbelievable. And all the charity work they do. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, yep, they do a lot of good charity.
Unlike Taylor Swift, that bitch keeps all the money for herself. You know? Did you know that she actually hates kids with cancer? I don't know
That's,
if you
I,
know. Yeah, I know. I got inside sources. She has this.
that's
She's horrible person to think that.
so just like all the Swifties too. They none of them give to cancer.
No. Let me tell you something. If a Swifty gets cancer, they kill themselves right away. They're like, well, nothing to live for, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, I got cancer? That must mean Taylor hates me. Bam. You know what I mean? All right. Well, yeah. All right. Number 3, believe it or not. Yeah, you'd figure I'd put this a little higher. But no, it's still great, you know? Battery. I put Battery. And Battery is, Master Puppets is my favorite. I know it's trendy to say, but it is. It's totally my favorite Metallica album. Look, I grew up with Kill 'Em All, loved it. Then when I heard The Ride of Lightning, I said, shit, this is even better than Kill 'Em All. Then I heard Master Puppets, I was like, damn, this is even better than Ride the Lightning. Then I heard Injustice, I go, okay, streak's over. But yeah, Battery, come on. That song fucking rips. At
Master's my third favorite album. I like Ride the Lightning #1, Kill 'Em All, and then Master. But just I don't know.
well, my number 2, believe it or not, is Blackened.
Oh,
I don't think Metallica's written a song as good as Blackened since Blackened. Spit Out the Bones kind of close though, but still, Blackened is fuck. I mean, yeah, it may not be the biggest Injustice for All fan, but that song has everything. Has everything. The crunchy section, it's fast, it's fierce, it's total Metallica through and through. Fucking badass song. Fucking Blackened. All right, number 1, just like Count Ralphus, By Fire with Fire, which happens to be my second favorite Metallica song of all time, right behind Orion. Orion's my favorite song. But Fight Fire with Fire. No, wait, no, I'm sorry. I actually like Creeping Death even more. So Fight Fire with Fire would be my third favorite Metallica song of all time. But it's definitely my favorite opener of any Metallica album. I think it's more ferocious than Battery. You know, it's more ferocious than any fucking opening song. I mean, that song, you know, and just that little part where he goes, we all shall die. God damn, dude. I mean, you can't
yeah,
get.
it just pounds it.
Yeah. It's fucking unbelievable. And for that, Metallica can continue to release nothing but Lulus till they fucking stop recording. I wouldn't give a fuck because you know what? Fight fire with fire, ride the lightning, kill them all, master of puppets. I'll always love that band for those 3 albums. And that's how I am. There's a lot of bands that are shit now. I'll always love Def Leppard for the first 3 albums. But the rest of their shit is garbage. You know what I mean? I mean, to me. But yeah, there you go, everybody. And I want to thank you, Ivan, out there. I hope you enjoyed our track by track. See, I'm giving Ivan 2 for the price of 1. You know? So Count Ralphus, thank you so much, my friend, for joining me. And check out Count Ralphus. He's always on my Almost Human Live because he is an almost humanoid. And every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can also catch him on Sea of Tranquility, where Pete Pardo would never have me on because, yeah, I do get it. I don't use deodorant. And Fantasy, Rock Fantasy Files, that's the name of it? Rock Fantasy Files. And
me and Tony are regulars on that too.
And Your Mother's Bra podcast, he's on that one too. Oh, and sometimes he's on the Rock and Metal Combat podcast.
Yep.
So thank you, Ralphus. Thank you, Ivan, and everybody out there. If you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. I say they listen to Fight Fire with Fire by Metallica, Ralphus. What do you think they should listen to?
My bitch.
Ain't My Bitch by Metallica. Listen to that shit. All right, and Schmack 'em a gob.